Yo, yo. What's good, man? This is your boy at DFS Mastermind _ over on Twitter. Thank you for clicking on the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know, if you new and you watching this, stop what you're doing and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I come out with videos all the time about the three major sports. Right now, we're focused on NBA and NFL. We already got the NFL locked in, man. It's looking good so far. Travis Kelce already has 2 touchdowns, and we're still in the first half. That is crazy. But anyways, man, I want to get you my top picks on tonight's NBA DFS slate. We got 4 games, man. 4 solid games, I must say. We got Golden State versus Miami. That total is at a 219. Golden State favored by 10, which is a little worrisome. But anytime you see Miami with the total of 219, you gotta look at some of these Miami players, man. They're not used to having this many possessions. I think at the way that they're priced, a lot of these players will exceed their value. So I'm definitely looking at a few Miami pieces. We know it's no Whiteside tonight. That opens up my boy James Johnson. I'm going to definitely be on him. So that's a giveaway, man. He's in one of my positions. Then we have the Clippers versus Minnesota. That total is at a 213. In that game, I feel like it'll be pretty much Minnesota handling the Clippers, man. They're favored by 11 points. I know the Clippers, they can stick with some people, but they're so banged up. It's not looking good tonight. But for DFS value, we have people that I want to target in that game. The third game on the slate is San Antonio versus OKC at a very, very low total of 199. We know these are 2 of the slowest teams in the NBA, 2 of the best defensive teams in the NBA. But we have some injury news, man, which opens up a ton of value. So I'm going to definitely be looking in on that one. Then we have Houston versus LA, the late night hammer. That game is at a 225, man. Ridiculous total. Only bad news, we got Houston favored by 11 points, man. We got the Lakers coming off a back-to-back in a tough fought game, man. So, we have some decisions to make. I want to go ahead and hit you with my top 5 plays on tonight's slate. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Starting off, Westbrook is always in play. Y'all know my rule. We don't fade Westbrook. I think I'm going to do it on today's slate. Then we have Curry taking on Miami, 9,900. Curry's always in play once again, but Miami's defense is sticky. I must say, they're sticky, y'all. They defend really well. As far as defensive efficiency, they're at the top of the list. Well, not the top, but top half of the list. Curry, I'm going to pass on him as well. I'm going to go all the way down to Chris Paul, man, in a big total game, taking on one of the worst teams when it comes to defending point guards. I love this matchup for CP3. If you look at his game log, man, he has not been crushing his price tag. He hasn't even been getting the value. But I think at 8,400 taking on LA, it's a get right spot, man. We seen Murray drop 29 points, I believe. So we can definitely look at CP3. I think the scoring is there tonight. I think the assists are there. The steals as well. So I want to go ahead and lock him in as my top point guard. I got a value play for you at point guard, so I'm going to have to leave out the center position for you. I don't want to build lineups. I just want to give you an idea of how you can construct a really good lineup. This is just my thought process. This is how I go about making my lineup. So I just want to give you a start, not really give you the whole lineup. So value point guard, man, DeJounte Murray. We got news that LaMarcus Aldridge is sitting. Rudy Gay is sitting. Tony Parker is sitting. We got DeJounte Murray at bare minimum price. Anytime I can narrow it down to 2 players in one position and get the guy that backs up the starter at bare minimum price, I'm all over it. And we know what DeJounte Murray is about. Once he gets in the game, it is going to be a wrap. He is going to do his thing. I love this play at 30 7,500. If you look at the average points, you see like some of these other guys' average points are very, very low. And then you see DeJounte Murray stands out with that 17 points per game, man. So I want to go ahead and lock him in. I think he's a super, super safe play. Moving on to shooting guard, James Harden is definitely in a good spot versus the Lakers. He can eat. He can literally like drop a 70 burger, 80 burger, man. It's possible. But I think I'm going to fade him as well. I want to go after Lou Will taking on Minnesota. Minnesota struggles versus the two guard. We know Lou Will is taking a ton of shots. They're coming off a very, very bad performance. To the Dallas Mavericks, man. So I think this is a get right spot for Lou Will. I know he'll come out and look to take more shots, be more aggressive, and I think he'll go overlooked because of the bad performance yesterday. So I want to go ahead and lock in Lou Will. Moving on to small forward. The small forward I got for you is coming from that massive total. And it's going to be Trevor Ariza from Threeza at 5'2", taking on his old squad in the Lakers. I love this spot for him. We know he can shoot the ball. We know he can fill it up. And he has very, very good steal upside. One thing about LA, they're top half when it comes to turnovers. So I look for Ariza to have a very, very sneaky game at 5'2". We're not asking for much. To crush his price tag, we're looking at about 28 fantasy points. I think he's well capable of getting there. So I want to go ahead and lock him in. Moving on to power forward, I already told y'all my top power forward on the slate, man. We got no Whiteside once again. So I look for James Johnson at 5,700 to bring back a ton of value. He had a pretty bad game versus Charlotte. I shouldn't say a bad game, but it was a little underwhelming. I was expecting more myself. But anytime we get no Whiteside, I always want to look at James Johnson. One of my favorite plays, 5,700 up. Pace matchup versus Golden State. That means more rebounds, more steal opportunities, more block opportunities, and more shots essentially. So I want to definitely lock in James Johnson. Out of all the people I just named, he's probably my favorite play. I look for him to have an amazing night taking on Draymond Green. I know Draymond is a solid defender, but when it comes to DFS, when it comes to fantasy points given up, Golden State at the power forward position gives up a ton of points. And it's really due to the fact that they play so fast, man. It's not a shot at Draymond Green. He is an elite defender, but James Johnson comes off the bench anyway. I look for a soft matchup, man. I think he has a wonderful game. That's pretty much going to do it, y'all. Those are my top 5 plays for tonight. Hopefully, y'all found this video helpful. I want y'all to bless up, get to the green line, and let's cash out.